Okay, so I guess you guys haven't realized yet that everything comes from a life force, and that life force is water and air, right? Everything an animal eat comes from a plant. Once we eat that animal, we don't realize that plants feed off water. The nutrients that come from the water go into the plants. The plants are being eaten, right, by the animals. Therefore, the animals aren't really eating the plants for the nutrients. They're intaking the minerals from the water that's in the plant, the good bacteria, the good water source, right, that turned and got into the plant. So when people like us, human beings, eat the animal to survive and get full, and our reality was keeping us alive isn't really actually the meat or anything in the animal itself, but the bacteria that was created in the plant and in the water that went into all that. So we're eating the water source in the animal and the meat that's stored in the meat. Everything that's water based that dilutes, the meat dilutes, it becomes a water based. So we actually eating the plants and the food that the animals ate before that intake, basically, as far as whatever the water source that plant had that the animal ate, or whatever the food was, all food in all general aspect, you gotta get water for food to be created. And for the most part in science, whether it's genetically cloned or whatnot, it comes from water based. So what I'm trying to say is, once we start creating this giant size, massive size, right, air pump conductors, like in the fish tanks, that have like the little, you know, they're connected to a little tube and a little oxygen tank, and it starts vibrating. Once we start creating this giant vibrating, like oxygen creating mass, little plastic giant size air pumps, right, and start putting them in the rivers and the canals that we, get our water source from, is gonna start creating even better and better bacteria the more oxygen we input into the water. So therefore, once that good bacteria and water starts spreading throughout the earth and through the water, and it starts connecting with other water sources, and the other water sources are being fed oxygen and purification itself, it's gonna start creating the fountain of youth. It's gonna start creating nanocells, smart bacteria, better strength bacteria. So what is gonna happen is, the roots of the trees are going to stimulate, they're going to be happier, the animals eat this food, they're going to be happier, we eat the food, we're going to become stronger, happier, smarter, and eventually the earth is going to start evolving and taking shift, and we're going to start entering a new dimension. So with that being said, these are all factors. This is not, I'm not doing this for any kind of like games. This is like actual like beneficiary for the whole human race, because we're going to need this in order for us to evolve and ascend and reach a higher level. So I just wanted to